Ladies, gentlemen and cats pretending to be people, let me introduce the single battle video. At this moment we are attacking a fully upgraded camp without siege. On our side, me, Drew and a Guardian. On enemy side, Necromancer and a Warrior. The fight is pretty interesting because of initial target selection. NPCs usually go after the target with the highest toughness, that is the Guardian. Players usually go after a Ranger. And this is what happened. NPCs attacked the Guardian and Necromancer attacked Drew. Now I am in the fray and Drew is using Barrage to slow down opponents, the melee ones. Those guards in this camp hurt like hell, so when barraged with cripple they can't approach us so much. I am glued to the Necromancer, so I am able to down him. Note that I was completely ignored by enemies. Now, I am not expert on Guardians, but I don't think any Guardian is able to tank enemies indefinitely, so I'm using Chaos Storm on him. Not only I deal damage to the guards he has grouped, but also I am able to give him some defensive boons. In the same time, Drew is harassing the Warrior. Unfortunately, the Warrior is very resistant to mobility impairing skills, but he is still pullable. Now, the Warrior bought the time for another Warrior, Mesmer and Thief to come. Of course I don't notice the Thief. Lately everyone plays dark, small Asuras. When I do, I prepare a portal. I need some mobility options. Now, I am trying to lose the Thief using mass invisibility as well. Most opponents focused the poor Guardian, while Drew focused on a single Shockwave Warrior. Because of Sigil of Doom, he applies poison. This really hurts the healing signet. I disengage. Using this time to select a new target, I select a target on a Warrior, and when Drew downs him I am ready to stomp. An opponent makes a catastrophic mistake not trying to stop my stomp with skill number 2. We get reinforcements, a Warrior of our own. Once again I support the Guardian with Chaos Storm. If enemies lack stability they won't be able to fight inside. The Guardian used the portal I have placed to get to us, and the battle became 4 versus 2 for a moment. So at this moment I see 2 Warriors and a Mesmer on enemy side, plus some guards. Drew and Demos focused one enemy Warrior and they deal massive damage, downing him very fast. The battlefield got localized at the place of fallen Warrior. Ganya used the buffing skill over there. Oh sorry, Demos is also a Guardian, didn't notice earlier. So while we are trying to stomp, enemies used a banner, Warrior gets up and Demos gets downed. So we have 2 Warriors, Necro and a Mesmer. Drew took the Necro and the Mesmer on himself and moved away from the core of the battles to give us some breathing room. Deimos is being focused by 2 Warriors, and me and Ganya have to kill the Zealot. If Zealot is alive, fighting in this camp is extremely difficult. Drew cannot hold very long against a Mesmer and a Necromancer, so I reinforce him while Ganya reinforces Deimos. I am trying to give Drew swiftness and I pull the Necromancer to break his attacks, followed by immobilize and damage pressure, so he has to turn on me while Drew is able to evacuate. Right now Deimos killed a Warrior. Although enemy Mesmer managed to down Drew, I was able to Chaos Storm the scout, and as Drew hit the scout earlier he was able to rally. Now the situation looks much better. It is 4 of us, enemy have Kabbalist and 1 Necromancer. I have no idea what happened to the other Warrior. To be honest, without communication, not to mention voice communication, it is hard to coordinate like we do. It simply means that both Guardians are very good players. Now, there's still that Mesmer. When the Mesmer got downed, Necromancer left the safe place to try to res him, but he decided not to, eventually. A very good move, by the way. Right now the Necromancer is trying to stall us taking the camp. This isn't only to make the guards respawn, but also to get the reinforcements. The players who were killed are able to return here. So, a valiant Necromancer has died, and he served his purpose. A Thief enters the battlefield to stall the camp capping. We managed to totally desynchronize with Drew. I pulled, he pushed, and I wasn't able to use Sword 3. So, enemies get reinforcements, 2 Warriors and a Necromancer, and a camp starts to respawn. Demos here had a perfect reflex. He engaged them into combat so they can't heal passively after falling. Then, while they ran into the camp stopping the cap, me and Demos focused the Necromancer, who didn't have time to generate life force. Newly respawned Necromancer is extremely vulnerable to situations like that. They did not synchronize properly, it seems, because Thief would be enough to stall capping the camp after he left invisibility. What they did right though was coming as a mass, not one by one trickling in. This is what we call lemminging into the camp from lemmings, and we do it all the time, and we lose all the time when we do it. At this point I don't even know how they died. I think they had a very specialized party builds, and when they are split they are very easy to kill. I mean, this is a usual problem with Zerg builds or large-scale builds. As long as they are in very tight formation, they are extremely hard to get downed, but if they are split, they fall very quickly. So every little mistake snowballs. Besides, they need a critical mass, as in the minimum amount of people before the builds start working properly. Back to the video. This is kind of obvious if you played World vs. World a lot, but in case you are newer. If you've got a camp which has Doliak guards, you kill the Doliak, not the guards. Killing the Doliak will kill the guards, which will spawn with a Doliak. Oh, I am so not repeating that 3 times and faster. And the KT Necromancer comes to stall the camp. By the way, you already see the difference between Condition Necromancer and Power Necromancer. This one is definitely not Condition Necromancer, he is built to survive. If we did not focus him from the very beginning, all of us, and he was able to maneuver at that house over there, he might have been able to stall us. He's a very good player, I've met him several times. So, that would be it, the Battle of Arah. That's all folks, Ilxal is out.